Okay, are you ready to ditch those takeout menus and say hello to some seriously delicious and, get this, healthy meals?
I am so there. We're talking about recipes that are easy to make, packed with flavor, and best of all, good for you.
Absolutely. In today's deep dive, we're diving into some seriously delicious recipes that love your body and your schedule.
Because healthy eating, it really doesn't have to be bland or boring or,
You
complicated.
took the words right out of my mouth. We're all about simple, delicious recipes that make healthy eating a joy.
Right. These recipes are all about showing you how easy it can be to combine simple ingredients and get a final dish that is super nourishing and satisfying.
And before we get to the fun part, let's do a quick recap on the core components of a balanced diet.
Hmm?
Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals.
Yeah,
Just so we're all on the same page.
totally. It's all about finding that balance, right? Like with carbohydrates, for example.
Which are your body's primary source of energy.
Exactly. And you can find them in foods like those good for you whole grains, fruits, and veggies.
Which leads us perfectly to our first recipe, quinoa salad with chickpeas and veggies. And let me tell you, this is not your average sad desk salad. This one brings vibrant flavors and exciting textures, all while packing a serious protein and fiber punch.
It really is the perfect lunch or dinner. Quinoa itself is what we call a complete protein, meaning it has all 9 essential amino acids our bodies need to thrive.
Plus, you're getting a hefty dose of vitamins and minerals from all those colorful veggies. And here's the best part, it's a meal prep superstar. Make a big batch on Sunday and boom, you've got lunch or dinner covered for the whole week.
Talk about a win for busy weeknights.
Speaking of easy and delicious, let's move on to our next recipe. Baked lemon herb chicken.
This one's a classic for a reason. It's incredibly simple to make, but it highlights how a few key flavors can really elevate a simple chicken dish.
I love that it's like a blank canvas. Serve it with some quinoa for a flavor-packed meal, with some brown rice, or even toss it with whole grain pasta. The possibilities are kind of endless.
And beyond its versatility, this recipe is a great example of how to get more lean protein into your diet. The chicken itself is packed with amino acids.
Which are essential for building and repairing muscle tissue.
Yes.
And infusing it with lemon and herbs adds a ton of flavor without needing to add tons of salt, which makes this a healthier twist on a classic.
Absolutely.
And speaking of winning, who doesn't love a quick and easy breakfast option? Especially when it's as delicious and nutritious as, drumroll please, our next recipe, overnight oats. Let me tell you, I used to be that person who'd grab a donut on the way to work,
Yeah.
but overnight oats, total game changer.
You really are right. Overnight oats are total game changer, especially, on those mornings when you're rushing out the door. You can literally just mix everything the night before.
Seriously, it's almost too easy.
I know, right? And the best part is you can totally make them your own.
Oh, for sure. Speaking of making them your own, you can totally swap out the milk for a dairy-free alternative if you want.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
add a dollop of Greek yogurt, maybe
Oh, yeah, that's a good one for a little protein boost or even some probiotics for that gut health.
probiotics.
Yes.
And don't forget to top it off with your favorite fruits, nuts, or seeds. It's like having, a little breakfast buffet all ready to go in a jar.
And it's not just delicious, but it's nutritious too.
Yeah.
And convenient. Speaking of nutritious,
Yeah.
we can't forget the star of the show here, those rolled oats. They're bursting with fiber, which,
Which is awesome for digestion, right?
totally. And it helps you feel fuller for longer so you're not reaching for those unhealthy snacks by mid-morning.
Which reminds me, we have to talk about meal prepping.
Oh, yes. Meal prep.
Because that's the key to making healthy eating a sustainable part of your life, especially when you're busy.
Right. It takes all the guesswork out of it and honestly a lot of the stress too.
So it's absolutely.
Imagine it's dinner time, you're tired, and you open the fridge and instead of staring into the abyss.
Hoping that something magical will appear.
Exactly. You've got a week's worth of delicious and healthy meals all ready to go.
It's like having your own personal chef, but, way more affordable.
Totally. And way less messy, probably.
Probably. So let's dive into some meal prep tips that anyone can use, even if you're a total beginner in the kitchen.
Yeah, you don't have to be a chef. First things first. Planning is key, right?
Yep.
Actually sit down and map out your meals for the week. That's where those versatile ingredients we talked about earlier, like that quinoa and chicken, really come in handy.
Oh, that's so smart.
Right. Using similar ingredients across different recipes means you're minimizing waste.
And it makes your grocery shopping so much easier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So much easier. And when you're cooking, think big, double those recipes.
Yeah.
Especially things like soups, stews, grains. Those are great for batch cooking. Portion them out into containers, and you're good to go for the week.
Love it. Okay, so we've got the cooking part down, but what about storage?
Oh my gosh, storage, yes. Okay, so you know I am all about those glass containers.
Yes, me too.
They are like a meal prepper's best friend.
Yeah,
You can reheat your food without worrying about, anything weird getting into it.
exactly. No weird
Yeah,
chemicals,
exactly. They keep everything nice and fresh.
and they're eco-friendly.
Oh, yeah. And they look so much better in the fridge.
Yes, it's like you're curating your fridge.
Exactly.
Love it. Okay, so we've got our meals prepped. They're stored away like a pro, but we have to talk about those afternoon cravings.
Yes.
You know those moments when, you just want to reach for something?
For sure.
The cookie jar is calling your name.
Right. But instead of totally derailing your healthy eating efforts,
Yeah,
be prepared. Having healthy snacks ready to go can be a total game changer.
it really is.
Like cut up some fruits and veggies.
Yeah, have them ready to grab.
Exactly. A handful of nuts, some yogurt with berries.
So many good options.
It's all about setting yourself up for success, you know?
Yes. And you know what else screams success? A fridge full of delicious, ready-to-go meals that make you actually excited to eat healthy.
Okay, yes, that is the best feeling.
It is.
See, healthy eating, it's not about depriving yourself.
Exactly.
It's all about finding those meals you love that make you feel amazing.
And these recipes, those are just the start.
They really are. Get in the kitchen, experiment, get creative.
Exactly. So, as we wrap up our deep dive into deliciousness, remember, healthy eating doesn't have to be a chore. It can be fun, it can be easy, and most importantly, it can be totally customized to your taste and your lifestyle.
You've got this.
Now, excuse me, all this talk about food has made me hungry. I'm going to go raid my perfectly prepped fridge.